Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the SBL orientation session for December 2023 exam. Many would be thinking कि मैं पहली बार ये पेपर पढ़ा रही हूँ. So just for your clarification, this is the paper with which I started my ACCA journey. मतलब कि ये जो 2018 में ये जो नया वाला SBL वर्जन लॉन्च हुआ था, I was a part of ISDC at that point of time. और SBL की इतनी ट्रेनिंग्स हुई थी which was the first time I got into this qualification कि यार ये this is a beautiful paper. तो मेरी जो ACCA टीचिंग और ACCA को समझने की जर्नी है वो चालू यहां से हुई थी. हाँ, बीच में शुरू में I just took 3 to 4 batches of SBL, but then just stopped taking it because I always used to refer कि यार इसको अपने आप करो, ये सेल्फ स्टडी पेपर है. लेकिन अब बच्चों को ये लग रहा है कि हमें राइटिंग नहीं आ रही है, लिखना नहीं आ रहा है, एंड दैट इज व्हाई क्लियरिंग एसबीएल इज बिकमिंग अ प्रॉब्लम. इसलिए मैंने इसको इस स्पेशल कोर्स को लॉन्च किया है टू गिव यू ऑल सम फीस बेनिफिट ऑन इट, बिकॉज दिस इज वन ऑफ द कॉस्टलीस्ट पेपर. जो एग्जाम फीस भी बहुत ज्यादा है इसकी, रादर सबसे ज्यादा है, प्लस इसकी कोचिंग फीस भी हर जगह बहुत ज्यादा है. सो वन आइडिया इज टू मेक इट अफोर्डेबल. नंबर 2, आप लोगों को मैं आज भी ये चीज बोल रही हूं कि कुछ चैप्टर्स ऐसे हैं जो सेल्फ स्टडी के ही हैं. उनको अगर मैं कराऊंगी ना, यू विल लिटरली फील बोर्ड. इसलिए उनको खुद करना है, और बाकी जो चैप्टर्स हैं जिनमें तुम्हें वाकई मेरी सपोर्ट की जरूरत पड़ेगी वो मैं कराऊंगी. सो दिस इज अ हाइब्रिड टाइप ऑफ अ बैच विच आई हैव लॉन्च्ड टू सपोर्ट यू ऑल. और सपोर्ट ज्यादा इस पेपर में यू ऑल नीड इज फॉर राइटिंग आंसर्स. Guys, I forgot this has to be in English. Sorry, I'll come back to English now. So the idea behind SBL, launching this SBL paper is giving you all the opportunity to get a hybrid type of a course where you can learn the relevant part and do the easier part on your own. Now, why majorly students fail in SBL is because of its structure. This is a paper which has got 20 professional marks. And what are these professional marks? That is so confusing. The students really don't understand how to secure those 20 marks. That means you are writing on the technical part for 80 marks only. And on this 80 mark content, you are getting additional 20 marks. That means you need to write in a way so that you get this 20 also. So this is what SBL is on. So initially when I was just thinking ki okay, let SBL be a self-study paper for students, when they started failing because of these professional skills, how to write, then I was just forced to enter again into it. Okay, let me guide students on how they need to write, but at an affordable rate. Now let's just first understand the paper. Why this paper is so horrible? I'll brief everything on the course. This course is in English. Why? Because we have to use some language, some examiner-liked words. So when I will speak in English, you will automatically get those words in your mind. You will automatically start framing sentences as per what I am speaking. Number 1, which books are we going to refer? Kaplan. The study hub is beautiful, but somewhere I feel you need some details in this paper. Because you will have to build your answer, you will have to structure your answer, and to structure your answer, you need to have the content. I mean, Study Hub won't talk about Marks and Spencer's, some corporate governance going wrong. They won't talk about any fraud which happened in US years back. But Kaplan talks about it. That's the beauty of this book. So when back in 2018, when I was being trained for SBL and the new changes, we were evaluating a lot of publishers. So BPP, Kaplan, Becker, we were just analyzing if which publisher is giving the most detailed content which suits well with the requirement of the paper, and we concluded that Kaplan is the paper. It is too detailed, which is really needed for this paper, I'll say. So we are going to follow Kaplan, number 1. Number 2, let's see the syllabus. This paper is a long syllabus paper with 24 chapters to study. 24. Now I'm going to tell you certain facts about this paper which will actually make you think that this is the best paper which you have studied under ACCA. These 4 are not chapters. These 2 are just sample questions, answers, then more question answers, and this is how the digital skills are needed in the corporate world today. Just briefing that. So we need to cover up 24 chapters to get the technical skills. Technical skills means for a 100-mark paper, 80 marks are related to the content or your understanding what you write, and remaining 20 marks are the professional skills. I'll brief what these professional skills are. But as of now, let's just understand what is this 80 marks related to. So this is the whole content. Now, before I start briefing you the content, first understand what is this paper about. Why I like this paper, and why, because of this paper, I started liking ACCA also. We always have seen qualifications which make you ready for first level jobs, second level job, and then comes experience and you get promotions, and then you grow in your ladder of promotions. This is a paper which is preparing you for the leadership role before you enter the corporates. Or maybe you're already in the corporate. But before you become a leader, you are being developed by this paper. This paper, what is it going to achieve? It is going to train you how to think like a leader. So that's the first step of this paper. You need to think as a leader. Every time when the question will ask you to write a report, to write an email, it will put you into a senior position. You will be a senior auditor. You will be the CEO of the company. You will be the finance director of the company. You will be the HR director of the company. That means you will be in the senior position. And you will be addressing people who are also in the senior position. So there is a particular skill set required to handle such positions. This paper creates professionals who are going to be leaders. That's the beauty of this paper. So for me, and the way we will go, this paper will not be restricted to the bookish knowledge. That's the first rule you need to remember. I will talk a lot about the market, because there is one professional skill which you need to grasp, that is commercial acumen. This is one of the professional skills. Commercial acumen. Your thought process. If you can actually think like a leader, that commercial acumen sense you have to show. So for example, one merger happened in the industry. Real merger I'm talking about. Knowing the facts about that merger, why a company opted for such a bargain, why the company wanted to take up only one division and not the other division. This knowledge will help you apply commercial acumen when you are writing answers. Plus, it will develop you as a leader. So down the line, after 7 years, when you will become the senior manager or maybe the CEO or director of a company, and at that point of time, if any merger happens, then this knowledge you will apply here. That, okay, for a merger, I need to remember these points. When I'm taking any decision as the chairman of the board, I need to take care of all the stakeholders. You cannot take a decision which suits you or your company. Who are stakeholders who will be impacted with your decision? They will be employees. They will be the government. They'll be the, the trade unions, financial institutions, the banks who have lent you money. They are all the stakeholders. They are interested in what you are doing. And being a leader, you should properly think twice before taking any decision. Think about whom? All the stakeholders. You cannot announce a dividend payout to keep one set of stakeholder happy. Other stakeholders will get annoyed. So let's do not declare dividend at all. then one of the stakeholders, the shareholders, will be annoyed. That means thinking like a leader is what this paper tells you, teaches you. The best part with this paper is it will tell you everything which any senior person must know. That means it will teach you how to formulate strategies. It will teach you how to do analysis about the performance of the organization. You are the senior most person. You should know how to analyze the performance of the organization. They will teach you this. They will teach you how to make a choice, basically a strategic choice which works well for the organization. It will teach you governance principles. The board of directors should have a mixed bag of females, males, NEDs. You should know this. You are going to be the CEO of a company. At least this much knowledge is expected out of you. So you need to be careful about the governance rules as well. Then comes different committees. That means you need to have some audit committee, remuneration committee, nominations committee. These are the committees which you should have in an organization. You need to know what these committees are. You need to report properly to the stakeholders. They are not saying shareholders. Being a leader, you are responsible to your employees also. So quickly give an example of any Indian company who is known for keeping its employees happy. Quickly. Tata. So Ratan Tata ji, great leader. Why? Because he takes care of his shareholders, employees, the company's profitability, the government. He is not a defaulter of any bank loan. That is the best example which we need to fit into the cases. Not that you will write Tata, but you have your knowledge base there that, okay, yes, there is a leader who is a wonderful leader because he keeps all his stakeholders happy. And then when in the exam there is a live case, you need to explain with that knowledge which you have grasped. So SBL is not restricted to the book. We will have to expand it to n number of situations. If you have seen chapter number 3, that I have uploaded on my YouTube channel, I have taken n number of examples to portray this. There are models which are going to be applied in SBL. Pest analysis. And I took an example to tell you what is this pest analysis and how the companies apply it in their practical lives. SWOT analysis. So for SWOT analysis, which example did I take? Coca-Cola or something. But you can do SWOT analysis with anyone. Any company can use this. So these are practically used by the senior management. And you will become senior at a point of time. So this paper prepares you for that seniority. And we will not be restricted, and I will not be taking, or the content will not be restricted to the book. Not at all. Rather, when you will start studying, when we will meet for the problem sessions, then I'll give you one company's name and you will have to fit in the models into it. That practice I want you all to do. So please do not expect that the special course is going to be a book course. No, it is not at all going to happen that way. SBL is not a paper which goes under books. And passing the exam, definitely that I'll handle, don't worry. So passing the exam, using the correct strategy, that will be covered, but not through ratification. No ratification, please. No mugging up. You only have to mug up in this paper is the names of the models. There is a BCG matrix. What are the components of that matrix? You just need to learn that. Applying this, that I'll teach you. So I'll not just ask you questions, okay, you tell me the quadrants of BCG matrix. No, I'll give you a company's case and then we'll ask you which model to apply and then apply, please. This is how we'll practice. Okay, so expectation clarity I just wanted to give. Then being a senior person, you need to know what is the role of audit. Internal controls. If you have studied F8 or the audit and assurance paper, the most crucial part was internal controls. And every time there we were writing the discuss with management. Discuss with management the steps taken to lower down the chances of fraud. And who is the management now? You are the management. So the discussion will happen with you. So you need to brush up your F8 knowledge as well. So F8 we'll see here under audit. Then comes risk assessment. What type of risk? This we have studied under PM, FM, everywhere. Sensitivity analysis we were doing. Expected value. The probability of a good market is 30%. The probability of a bad market is 70%. A leader should know this. And considering that, he should invest money in the projects. So you will be the person who will be finalizing, right? You will not be giving only recommendation. You will have to support n number of things along with probability analysis that why this project should be taken. So we'll talk about risk here. Then mitigating risk. How to save the company from the risk. Get an insurance done. A number of techniques like this. Right? So this is also again a chapter which we will study from the perspective of the industry, not kitabe. Only books will not work under SBL. Then comes ethics. So ethics is somewhere I know that majority students can handle on their own. Because ethics is, you will immediately get to know that this is an ethical threat. One finance director tells the accountant that if he doesn't show this entry, then he will fire him from the job. You will immediately get to know that there is an ethical threat here. So this is pretty easy, and ethics is a very important part for a leader. If the leader is ethical, then the whole ethical thread goes down the line to the company. To the minimum level of employees, it reaches there. Okay. Then comes organizing for success. Okay. Now here we will consider that we created a good strategy. We developed good strategies and we chose good projects, and then we entered into good audit systems. The leadership was good. Now let's just handle success. There are some businesses who are not able to handle success. This is what we learn here. That if it is a successful business, how we make that business success sustainable. You have to keep that success growing. Any example where the success could not be handled by a company which initially reached to the top and suddenly fell down because of quality issues or because of a lot of problems coming in organization or organizing the activities of the business? Uber, Ola. You remember the time when people had started taking cabs and they were always saying this, car is not needed, yaar. Cab hai na, we'll book a cab and immediately it's an affordable mode of transport. But now what is happening? A lot of cancellations. So a successful business model turned into, it just doomed like anything. Everybody sitting in the class is an Indian, I guess. You know Ola and Uber, or this is something coming from the third planet?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So that is organizing for success. It's a failure coming after becoming successful. Any other example?
Ma'am, Nokia mobile, they didn't upgrade to like technology and all. Yeah.
So the leadership failed in advancement in technologies.
Technology, yes.
Improvements. That means we need to see change. Change has to come, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So for a leader, handling change is important. Yes. You need to keep on changing. Just look at Amazon. Immediately when COVID lockdown was announced, one company pitched in to serve people and they are leading now. Any example? Where were we, from where were we getting milk during lockdown? There was a company which entered to supply milk.
Zepto वगैरह बहुत सारी थी. Delight, Country Delight, Zepto,
So these are brands. Zepto. So Zepto was not
Blinkit,
Blinkit, Milk
Blinkit.
Basket. You remember Milk Basket? And now people do not want to
Yes,
go
ma'am.
to buy milk. Now they are regularly ordering through Milk Basket. And it started with that phase. Initially, it was the main idea to then Swiggy, Zomato. These delivery boys were taking the food items to the homes of the consumer. This is change. Immediately, what should I say? Responding to the change. Online, we shifted to online. Wasn't it responding to the change? It
Yes,
is.
ma'am.
So a leader should be dynamic. He should have the capability of changing and then handling that change. So we'll talk about a number of cases where change happened and how the company handled that change. We'll talk about that also. Because commercial acumen and commercial business sense comes only when you understand how the company managed the change. Do you know, recently, because a lot of people order stuff on Flipkart and they return it, then the guy again has to come to pick up the order. So it costs double. The guy first comes to deliver the order, and then at the end, when the order is refunded or returned, then he has to again come up to pick the return. Now what they have started doing is, they have started giving an option, open box option. The guy will come. If you have bought something on open box, you open the box in front of him. If you want to return it, immediately give the box to him. This is a recent change. I got to know about it recently, 10 days, 15 days back. That open box system is also being introduced by Flipkart now. Change, managing change. So they saw one issue coming in that people are returning or refunding. They want a refund of their order. And the guy is again and again and again and again going to pick up. And sometimes what happens is he calls up, ma'am, I am here to pick up. And the other person says, I'm not at home. Arey Baba, he is having a cost every time he is coming to pick up the order. To save that, now they have introduced this open box option also. So that open box option is giving some discount also to the customers. This is how things keep on changing. Arey, your ACCA qualification handles change very well. They shifted from absolute center-based exam to remote exams at the time of COVID. You remember, you all have witnessed that. So your body, professional body, does respond to changes, or they just keep on, okay, no, we will just go ahead with centers only. It is COVID, let it be. They do respond. And this is what a leader should understand. Okay, so we'll see change management, then comes IT, use of IT successfully. So I am not a tech savvy person, and I really face a lot of problems because of that. But because you all have your career ahead now, mine is going to be over in next 3 to 5 years, max to max. I am already going to be 40 now. For you, your career has just started, or even going to start. You cannot have that excuse. So you have to be very successful in handling IT as well. And that is the reason why your papers happen on computer. They do not happen on papers. So when I was saying that this was the paper which actually pulled me into ACCA, this was the time when there was a transition from paper-based exam to computer-based exam. So this was the time when this transition happened. And I remember it was March 2021 or
2020.
2020, when
COVID.
completely no paper exams were declared. That last paper-based exam happened in March. I am not sure it was 19 or 20. Last paper-based exam. So that is why there were n number of trainings which were given to us, because I was leading the trainers. I had to train them. So the most number of trainings I had to absorb. And that's the reason this paper was, the first thing I could have in my brain was, wow, just wow. Because our CA curriculum doesn't have anything like this. This is beautiful. You'll enjoy this paper. So just do not get scared that this is such a long paper, but it is very interesting paper, very interesting. Financial decision making will have some ratios, then some calculations which you have been doing under your FR, then something under PM. You will be using mixed small concepts here under financial decision making. So this is practical calculative portion, but then again the explanation has to come under professional manner. Okay, is this syllabus area clear to everyone? Why this long syllabus? But it is good to read. Don't worry on this syllabus area. Is it clear
Yes,
to
ma'am.
everyone?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Chaliye. Now I'll take you to one very crucial point which you will not get directly from any source. This table. Your whole SBL syllabus is divided under A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H sections. So these sections you will not find under the study text directly, but indirectly they have given a hint that this is the area under which the whole syllabus is built. That means this syllabus teaches you about leadership, it teaches you about governance, it teaches you about strategy building, choosing the right strategy, how risk should be managed, how a leader should be technologically advanced, not like me. Then he should have good knowledge over audit, over control procedures, implementing control systems in the organization. Then he should be knowing some planning in terms of financial numbers as well. And then comes change management. This is the whole content which a leader should have. Now, what all chapters are related to which? That I have given you here. Leadership related chapters are 10, 17 and 24. 10, 17 and 24. So you will find some gist of leadership here. You will find 24 here again. Managing change. So leadership qualities plus change. Both are covered under chapter number 24. What traits you will learn? You will learn leadership plus managing change under chapter number 24. So this is how I have located all these chapters. Governance related chapters are 7, 8, 9, 11 and 12. Governance, CSR and stakeholders, board of directors, reporting to stakeholders. This is all related to governance. Means the board of directors, they are responsible for managing the organization. They are governance. They have to showcase governance in running the company. And these chapters are related to governance. Okay, so this table is very crucial. Now, where will we use this? First, let's just see, are all the chapters fitting in these traits? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, where is 19? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. This is 20. 20? Okay, I marked here also. Got it? All chapters covered under these traits which a leader should have. All fitted. First chapter is nothing but an introduction to the paper. This is not a chapter which you have to learn. Am I clear with these?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the whole syllabus.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is the exam kit, the latest exam kit. So I have bought this. If you have even the last year's exam kit, that will work. I'll show you what are the questions under the latest exam kit. There will be a difference of only 2-3 questions, which any which ways we will do in the class. So you can go ahead with the old book also, will work. Now, the exam kit is splitted under these areas. That means questions related to leadership, questions related to governance, then questions related to strategy, risk, technology, audit and control, finance, and managing change. But this is not how the paper comes in the exam. They have just given you how you will handle a particular segment where you have to showcase the quality as a leader. That means when you will see these questions, you will find calculations here. So they just want to teach you how the calculations should be handled. But in the exam, it's going to be like this. Now the paper will be 3 hours, 15 minutes duration paper. Some 8 to 10 pages question is going to be there in the exam. Earlier it used to be 12 to 14 and sometimes used to be 18 pages. At that point of time, the paper was of 4 hours duration. Now the paper is of 3 hours, 15 minutes. But now there is a new addition to this. You will have a pre-scene 15 days before the exam. Now this pre-scene is misunderstood by the students that the question will be given to you. This is not the question. It will be an introduction of the organization. What the company does, what are the products, what are the markets in which it operates. This will be given to you 15 days beforehand. Now, why is ACCA trying to give you this beforehand? So that you can research about the industry in which the organization works. That means we will have an exercise here. When I will give you tests, when I'll give you mocks, I will also give you a pre-scene so that you come prepared. You research about the industry in which the organization works. Chemical sector. It has got different terminologies. It has got a different style of working. When we talk about Airtel, telecom companies, they have a different set of working styles. When we talk about car manufacturers, they have different style of working. For them, they need a lot of capital investment. For Airtel, they also need capital investment because they have to fix up towers, but still lesser than automobile companies. And when we comes to businesses like me, very minimum capital investment is needed. That means you need to have the understanding of the industry, not the company. The company's information will be there. You need to have that knowledge beforehand when you are seeing the question. But more important is understanding that industry, because the examiners clearly want some terminologies to be used which relate to that sector. When we say telecom sector, spectrum, bandwidth, these are the words which we use. Got it? When we talk about automobile sector, what do we talk about? Engines, average, performance of the vehicle, safety. For mobile network company, for KPMG, for EY, we do not talk about safety. We talk about quality. So understand that industry. This is what the pre-scene is for. So please do not consider that pre-scene is going to be given to you and then ma'am will tell you all the answers. If we don't have the questions here, what answers will I tell you? So what this pre-scene is going to make you do is inquire about the industry. That practice we will already do. Every time I'll give you routine test, I'll first give you the pre-scene. And on the date of your routine test, the question will be there in front of you. And I would like to see that you use...
एक वीक पहले दे दोगे ना?
हाँ?
आप एक वीक पहले दे दोगे वो, like आप कब दोगे वो pre-seed?
As per your wish. ठीक है?
उन्हीं इंडस्ट्रीज के ऊपर, जैसे जिन इंडस्ट्रीज का प्री-सीन एसोसिएट देगा, उन्हीं के बेसिस पे हमारे क्वेश्चन होंगे कि वो सिर्फ एक रेफरेंस पॉइंट होगा कि मतलब इस टाइप से, मतलब फॉर एक्सपीरियंस होगा कि वो उसी के बेसिस पे हमारा पेपर भी आएगा उन इंडस्ट्रीज के ऊपर.
मतलब आई डिडंट अंडरस्टैंड दिस. वो
मतलब
आपको जो क्वेश्चन आएगा ना, दे विल गिव यू दैट क्वेश्चन का ही पार्ट, दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन व्हिच विल बी देयर इन द एग्जाम. दे विल गिव यू the information about that organization. So you will, in advance, you will get to know what is the organization, what does it do, which industry it belongs to. So that's short. Okay. That's short that you will get an information on which company is being talked about. Okay, just a second. I have just removed the screen here. इसको एक बार डिस्कार्ड करने के लिए, ठीक है? एम आई क्लियर कि वो क्या देंगे आपको? हाँ, इज
Yes,
दैट
Yes,
क्लियर?
ma'am.
ओके ओके, चलो आई विल ब्रिंग बैक द syllabus area. So the hype which is there in the market related to what is going to be there in the pre-scene, and it's beneficial here. Just imagine the students who were earlier getting this on the spot. Many to literally would not have known about the industry at all. Then what would have they written? Is it it's a better change now which has happened for you all? It's a better change. At least you have the chance to know about the industry about which the question is related to. It will improvise your answer. And when we will practice, then we will approximately cover 10 industries, 10 different industries. I will never give you a routine test which will be related to the same industry which I asked you all to research beforehand. So any which ways, with 2 mocks and 4 tests, we are going to cater to some 7, 8 at least industries. We'll understand their working and their systems. So complete set of questions are only 8 plus some set of questions on the practice platform. These you have to do one daily. That means by 18th of November, your syllabus should be done so that post that you can do these on a daily basis, one case study each one day. So that you have to do. Okay. Now coming next to it, what all is there under the special course? So under the special course, I will cover up 16 chapters out of 24. So 8 chapters you will do on your own. That I'll tell you what are those 8 chapters. Now the question arises, what if you face any problem in these 8 chapters? Then we are meeting for the problem classes now. Ask that. Although 90% chances you won't have any problem in them, but still, if there is any problem, you need to come up and ask me. I will solve 10 Kaplan or study hub questions. Why 10? Because these questions are just recommendatory. We need to practice mock, complete mock, which is actual exam scenario. So these exam kit questions are not exact exam scenario. So we'll practice only 10, or I will give you only 10. You will do many of them. But these 10 will only concentrate upon how to build up the answer, how to put up your mind to grab maximum marks. So these will concentrate on grabbing marks. One complete mock debrief I'll do. So this also you will get. What exactly the paper will look like, how you should handle it, what answers are recommended on it. That I'll brief. Then comes 2 routine tests, but these are subjective. Means this is my minimum commitment. If I feel that the students need more tests, then we may go for 4 tests. That completely depends upon your performance in the first test. So this is the bare minimum commitment. It can be more. Okay. Then 4 problem sessions. Now with SBL, you will not have problems at all. Technical problems will not be the problem. You will wind up all your problems in 15 minutes of the class. Then what will we do? We'll practice one small case live. This is what we'll do. Because I want to give you complete 1 hour. If the problems wind up in 10 minutes, then we need to utilize the remaining time to practice one small case. You will write the answers in front of me and I'll tell you where you went wrong or what is needed to gain good marks. Okay. So this will utilize these 4 sessions, then 2 mocks, then these are standard things that 2.5 times you can watch. Although my course duration is going to be more than 30 hours. It's going to be more than that. But okay, I have given a minimum commitment. Exceeding it, that I am the boss. Okay, you can get this access for 2 quarters in case you do not appear for the exam or you do not pass it. Now just see this, you have this whole content in front of you. Which chapters are self-study chapters and which chapters I will do. So just start noting down. Chapter number 7 will be a self-study chapter. Why? I'll tell you the reason. These are general principles. Governance general principles is quite easy and quite layman type of a chapter. Approaches to governance is much technical. This I will cover. Then comes stakeholders and CSR. Corporate social responsibility examples. We see n number of examples in India also. We just walk on the streets and we see a school maintained by Hero Motocorp, for example. The divider plants maintained by any company. This is CSR, right? So CSR, this is quite layman. Again, if you face any problem, please do come up to me in these sessions. Effective leadership. What are the qualities of a leader? This is this chapter. Then comes management, internal control system, all audit. Absolute audit. Audit and compliance, audit. Then comes ethics. This is quite easy to do. Then comes e-business. You are very good already at this. Big data. Then talking about internet, intranet. This is all about e-business. E-procurement means purchasing online. Selling online. That is discussed under this chapter. Using IT successfully, password protection should be ensured. Passwords should be changed at regular intervals. So these are just common sense based chapters. No rules in them. And remaining I will do. Right? So how many chapters you have to go for self-study? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 chapters. And if you have any problem in them, I am there to assist. But remaining I will give. Because I can't leave remaining unattended. I don't know what you will do. So I need to take this. Okay, is this clear? Have you noted down what all chapters are self-study and what all chapters I will do?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, how are we going to study the paper? So you will see this schedule, which is blank. I'll tell you why is it blank, because I wanted to talk to you all first. Now, I have finalized the dates. 4 problem classes will take up, 3 on weekends. 1 is falling on weekday, because then either I reach to the weekend, which is very far, or if I reach the earlier weekend, it is too early. So I took a date which is approximately 15 days from today. At least 2 weeks, you study something and then we catch up. Now, what I will say is, what I will recommend is, you do some exam kit questions together. That means you cover up first, let's suppose first 8 chapters. And then related to these 8 chapters, you complete 5 exam kit questions. That is my suggestion. I'll tell you why. You should have the gist of how to write answers from day 1. We cannot keep it till November. That we first complete the syllabus and then we practice question writing. No, that will be too late. So as and when you are understanding the models, as and when you are having the content in your mind, you should immediately have the habit of creating the content, writing answers. So it should happen immediately. So from my side, I will say you complete some set of chapters. Along with that, complete 5 to 7 exam kit questions as well. So this is the best way which we should go. Now, what I wanted to ask from you, how many chapters you will be able to do? Because I don't know how many of you are working, and if you are not working, then I can give you good load.
Ma'am, one recommendation is,
Yes, please, please.
ma'am, since the book is divided into sections, leadership,
Yes.
governance, and we can do that by
We are
that.
doing that only. We are doing that only. We are doing that only, that we will go ahead with governance together plus strategy together. I'm going to do that only. I just want to understand how many chapters you all can do. For example,
मैम यहाँ पे कितने वर्किंग बच्चे हैं?
you can say 5 to 7 will join finally. But they will.
नहीं बोलो वर्किंग कितने हैं?
There are 3, 4. Bhavya ko to I know she is working.
Ma'am, I'm doing 2 papers together. I'm doing AFM and SBL together. So I have 2 papers.
2 papers together. Okay.
Yeah, December mein, yeah.
मैम प्लस मैं भी F7 and SBL.
Okay, Shiva is also working. Then we have Bhavya, she is also working. So, okay, I need to keep a balance of it. Okay, let's do one thing.
मैम ये जो
बोलो बोलो.
मैम
हम्म.
मैम ये जो टाइमिंग है मॉर्निंग में हो सकती है, शाम को मेरी ट्यूशंस होती हैं, लाइक 5 to 9 तक मेरी ट्यूशन चलती हैं, 5 to 8 प्रोबेबली। मॉर्निंग में हो सकती है, फिर मॉर्निंग माइंड फ्रेश भी रहता है, फिर आप केस स्टडी सॉल्व करवाओगे तो मॉर्निंग में ज्यादा बेटर रहेगा मेरे
Just
ख्याल
one
से,
day
शाम तक
यार,
एग्जॉस्ट
one
हो
day.
जाते हैं पूरे।
अरे it's just one day. You mean इसका भी मॉर्निंग रखना है?
Yeah, sounds good, ma'am. चलेगा.
हाँ मैं कह रहा था कि आप जो
हाँ, कर लेंगे. अच्छा, you confirm me the chapters. From my side, I'll say you should complete strategy first. Because until and unless you know what strategy is, how will you actually relate to strategy building or handling the organization? So first, strategy should be done. That means chapter number 2 to 6, essentially. This will complete your strategy. Then immediately related to strategy, you need to do 6 exam kit questions. 6 exam kit questions. But this is not enough. You need to do chapter number 7 and 8 also. Only study text. Is it doable? Till 5th. You have good 15 days with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is only study text. Means the classes plus the notes. That means you should remember the names of the models plus what does the model say, where does it apply. Okay? Okay, it should be doable. If not, then you will be left with only one chapter hardly. So in any case, till chapter number 7 is doable. Then no exam kit related to chapter number 7 and 8 because it relates to governance and governance is not yet done. So for the next session, we will be targeting chapter number 9, then effective leadership 10, then board of directors. Now this is a bit technical. Then 12, and then let's take risk under it. Okay, and risk is 16, 15 and 16. Now tell me, doable? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 chapters, and how many days you have? You have 16 days. Good to go, yaar.
Exam kit question 6.
10. They will be small, so don't worry. They will be just 1-paged questions. Okay? 10 questions. That means in the last 5 days, you need to hit 2 questions daily. Try doing 10. Even if you achieve 8, that's good to go. Okay? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, so we are through with chapter number 15, 16 as well. Now let's reach audit. So audit is with chapter number 13, 14, 17, you can do 18 as well here. So we are meeting approximately again 12, 13 days here. Okay, you can do 19 and 20 as well. And 8 exam kit questions shall work. These are smaller chapters, so don't get scared of this. None of the chapters is too long under this, and none of the chapters will need hell lot of learning. It's not needed. Now, for this, the 4th session relates to chapter number 21 to 24. Plus, further, we need to have 25 exam kit questions. And once on 18th November, things are done, then we move ahead to complete case studies on a daily basis. Clear? I'll create a neat one on this and I'll upload it on the group or even on the LMS. But is this tentative thing clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And even we can shift 20 to this. This 20 can be taken here. So that's fine. Let it be tentative. If you are able to achieve this much, that's great. If you are not able to achieve and 1 or 2 chapters are left, that's okay. At least we can try on this. And these are a segment. They are combined segments. Okay? Got it? Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Now, one additional exercise which I will do, I will recommend which 6 exam kit questions to do. This I will give you. Okay? So in the detailed planner which you will get tomorrow, I will give you from chapter number 2 to 6, once this is done, what exam kit questions you can do. Okay? That will ease out your job. You will not have to search for which questions to do. I'll immediately tell you that these are the questions. You need to ensure that these are done after this. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Then mocks. Yes. So mock dates are also tentative. These are just tentative dates I have kept. If you want to shift 21st November wala mock to 23rd, let's say, and 26th wala to probably 28th, that can be done. I tried to keep one of these days on Sunday. That is why they are showing a gap of 6 days. So we can keep it some other days, but yes, mock dates, you can say these are tentative. We will get in touch with each other and you all can tell me finally 10 days beforehand that when you want to give the first mock. Okay? Got it? Because 10 days before I need to share that pre-scene with you. Okay? Got it? Clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
So everything clear about the paper? Love, you have any question?
No, ma'am. नहीं.
All clear? Even if you are using the old books, means 1 year old books, the content is same. I've checked it. Acha, one more thing. The sessions which you will get will be there in phases. So because I'm recording them, why am I recording them? Because I'm entering into too much of research. So I just started recording chapter number 8, approaches to governance. And then suddenly I got to know that, okay, there's a Marks and Spencer's case mentioned here. Then there is one fraud also which happened in US. So I started searching about it so that I can do the research and brief you what these are. Right? So you will get the recordings in chunks well in advance when you are going to next reach the next target. Right? So they will be, for example, chapter number 8 will be uploaded in the next coming 4-5 days. Remaining chapters, let's suppose you are targeting chapter 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 and 16. First, do the chapters which I have asked you to do as self-study. First, complete them. Okay? Got it? Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the idea is clear. If there is... हाँ जी, क्या या बोलो?
मैम इन केस जैसे कि अब मैं पढ़ना तो स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ लेकिन इन केस मेरा जो अभी मैंने एफएम दिया था भगवान ना करे ना हुआ मोस्ट प्रॉब्ली हो ही जाए तो मैं एफएम और एफआर साथ में दूंगा फिर दिसंबर में
तो
फिर
you
जो
just put
एसबीएल
this
की
on
जो
hold.
ये रिकॉर्डिंग्स वगैरह होंगी अपलोडेड होंगी ना तो मार्च में
Yes.
मुझे फिर से देखना पड़ेगा वो
This is again for 2 quarters, 2.5 times. Love, तुम्हें ये पूछने की जरूरत है क्या?
Ma'am, can we give this exam? Sorry, can we give this exam remotely, ma'am?
Yes, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Yes, you
Okay,
can.
ma'am.
I will also give, and I will give remote only, because if I go to the center, then everybody will come up and they'll start staring at me. फिर मैं पेपर ही नहीं दे पाऊंगी. So I will also sit remotely and give the exam.
Okay, ma'am.
मैम आप भी प्लान कर रहे हो
नहीं, जब टाइम मिलेगा तब. अभी I have to make you all pass. जब टाइम मिलेगा 1 साल 2 साल.
यस मैम
Anyways, but you all concentrate on this plan now. So the next target for you all is completing chapter number 2 to 6 plus chapter number 7 and 8. So basically 2 to 8 you have to complete till 5th of October. Okay. The detailed planner will be shared with you tomorrow neatly with clearly mentioning that what exam kit questions are to be done post these chapters are done. Okay. It will be uploaded to the LMS. It will be shared on the WhatsApp group also. So you better start studying here because the syllabus is quite long. Okay? Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Chaliye, okay, we'll catch up on 5th October in that case. Just start studying and get going on it. Okay?
मैम
Bye-bye.
डेली कितना पढ़े तो कितना हो जाएगा डेली कितना पढ़े तो
जितना मन करे. ये पेपर ऐसा है, you will not even realize that you have already studied for 2 hours. Genuinely.
ओके मैम ठीक है
ओके, चलो चलो, टेक केयर
Okay, ma'am.
गाइस,
Thank
बाय
you.
बाय, गुड नाइट।
Bye. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am.